Thank you so much for your comments, and thank you particularly to those who have apologised for some slightly inappropriate things. So much appreciated and taken to heart. Chris D comes out with something which I think is so bang on, I need to share it with you immediately. He says, even with my scant knowledge of Ukraine, I can name 3 abhorrent crimes perpetuated against the Ukrainian people in the 20th century. The first, when the Bolshevik troops massacred the population of Kiev, killing thousands in 1918. The second being Stalin's holodomor, which starved almost 5 million Ukrainians between 1932 and 1933, and the third being Hitler's Holocaust. Therefore, I'd suggest Lavrov goes back under the rock from whence he came and takes some history books with him. Well, the holodomor is a most extraordinary event, which wasn't really acknowledged even until this century, though there is a reference to it in Mikhail Gorbachev's memoir. I don't know when that was published. I think at the end of the 20th century, maybe the beginning of the 21st century. But he says how in 1933, that horrible year, members of his own family died, and because he was brought up in a Ukrainian-Russian family. He is of Ukrainian-Russian descent. The Holodomor was really a result of a very poor harvest which occurred the year before, and it seems to have been designed by Stalin to punish the people of Ukraine, and also to suppress a rise in Ukrainian nationalism, which of course flowered at the end of the Second World War, when some Ukrainian nationalists teamed up with the Nazis, and indeed that is one of the origins of Putin's claim that there are Nazis in Ukraine. He is reviving ideas of the nationalist uprising at the end of the Second World War. I mean, really, this is all milling history for whatever advantage Russia can gain, and it's wrong. And if Russia wishes to mill history, so can we. And when we start looking at the real history, Russia comes off extremely badly. So the millions who died during the Holodomor, and the crimes, we know 1.8 million people were accused of crimes about stealing food, which resulted in 10 years in prison. And so if you didn't die from the actual famine, people would die because they were put in prison. There was no escape from this spiteful, man-made atrocity. And even in the best possible interpretations of what went on, that maybe it was an overzealous pursuit of a 5-year plan, this was still abhorrent, and it was still the responsibility of the Moscow-based government, the oppression of an entire people, possibly even with the intention of genocide. And Lavrov, this this worm of a man, has the audacity to talk about the Holocaust in the language he uses. What a thoroughly abhorrent man he is.